Hi friends, it's Ashley and welcome back to the channel. So today's video is going to be another reading vlog and we are going to be reading a book that I am super excited for, and that is By the Horns by Ruby Dixon. So this is book 2 in the Royal Artifactual Guild series. And the first book is Bull Moon Rising, which I read last year, and I really enjoyed this one. I gave it 4.5 stars. This is the first Ruby Dixon book that I ever read. And if you want to know more about my thoughts about this book, I do have a reading vlog of this book up on my channel, so I'll link that down below. And these books are adult monster fantasy romance books, and this one was pretty steamy, so if you haven't read this one yet, just be warned of that. Which I was a little skeptical about that going into this one. I wasn't sure how I would feel about steam, but I feel like the author did the steamy scenes really well in here, and so I'm expecting the same thing in this one. So today we're going to be reading the second one in the series, and this series is made of interconnected standalones, so they follow different characters but are set in the same universe. And this one follows one of the side characters from book 1, and that is Gwenna. And I was really hoping that book 2 would be about her because she is my favorite side character in the series, and I just wanted more with her. And so my wishes have come true, and so I'm really excited for this one. And there were some revelations about her character in the first book that I want to know more about, and so I'm sure we'll get answers about that in this book. And so without further ado, I'm going to go hop right into this, and I'll be back once I've read some and have some thoughts. So I'm only on page 29, but this book is told in dual perspectives. So we have Gwenna's point of view in first person, but then we also have the love interest's point of view too in first person. And our love interest is a minotaur named Raptor. And him and Gwenna already had a Stevie scene near the beginning, which I wasn't expecting, but that happened. Because of certain circumstances, he was blindfolded at that point, and so he doesn't really know what she looks like or who she is, and she gave him a false name. But it seems like he is falling first because he's been trying to find her, but he hasn't been able to find her. He says, I want to see her again. I want to talk to her again. Hear that throaty little chuckle of hers. I just want to get to know her. I want to be with her, just with her. I'm just like, that's so cute. And I know it's still early on and they don't really know each other well. Haven't really formed an emotional bond yet, but I think it's just cute that he wants to find her again, and he says that he wants to talk to her and get to know her. So I'm on page 73 now. I just finished chapter 9 and the romance is already making me giddy. I'm loving the banter between Raptor and Gwenna. He likes to push her buttons and tease her and flirt with her, and she's just not taking any of it. And so she pushes back against him. It's so fun to read. But also, at the same time, you can tell that she's, starting to fall for him. And the last paragraph on page 73 is just so cute and sweet and made me giddy. And this is a chapter perspective from Gwenna, and she says, he laughs, referring to Raptor, the sound deep and baying, but it's a full belly laugh, and it makes me smile in response. Raptor doesn't do anything halfway, I'm realizing. When he laughs, it's with his entire body. When he smiles, it's with pure, unfettered delight. He's falling for him, and I'm totally here for it. But it's complicated, because she knows that he's the one that she had a steamy time with at the beginning of the book, but he doesn't realize it's her because of certain circumstances. And so she's afraid that he's gonna realize that it was her. But at the same time, she's also kind of annoyed that he hasn't realized that it was her, because she's like, how can he not realize it? His people, Tarians, Minotaurs, are supposed to have like really good senses. And to make matters even more complicated, him and her are also on the same fledgling team as well. And also to like kind of add to like his teasing and flirting with her, he also gave her a cute nickname in the previous chapter. And so I feel like their personalities complement each other very well because Gwenna is more like hard-edged, whereas Raptor is more outgoing and more flirty. And so their interactions are just a lot of fun. I also really like how Raptor does not look down upon Gwenna for being a woman, whereas all the other men at the guild look down on her and make fun of her for trying to join the guild because it's a man's world. So it's now many hours later, and I am here with my final check-in for the night. So I've made it to chapter 25, page 156. And so far, I've just been having such a good time with this book. So far, it has just been really fun and a mostly feel-good read, and it's just like been making me giddy and making me kick my feet and smile. And I was a little worried at the beginning of this book because right off the bat in chapter 2, we got a steamy scene which seemed really soon and sudden. But soon after that scene happens, you realize that it was there for a purpose, for a reason, that it wasn't just randomly stuck in there just for the sake of there being steam. And after that first steamy scene, the next steamy scene isn't till page 146, chapter 24, which is the last chapter I just read. And after that first steamy scene between Gwenna and our love interest Raptor, the book focuses on them just getting to know each other and forming a friendship of sorts. And I just have to say that I absolutely love their relationship so much. Gwenna, I already love from book 1, but Raptor, I also love him as a character, and I just love their dynamic together. And Raptor is he's just so sweet. Like, he seems tough on the outside, and like, he has a very like flirty personality, and he likes to mess with Gwenna and push her buttons, but as he like gets to know her, he generally comes to care for her and becomes protective of her. And at one point, he even braids her hair, which was such a sweet and cute scene. And so the relationship has really been making me feel giddy and happy and smiling and kicking my feet. And along with the romance, there has also been other plot stuff going on as well. And that has also been interesting to read about. So Gwenna, in the first book, we learned something about her. And so in this book, she's been dealing with that, and we've been learning more about that. And also, Raptor himself is also dealing with something else that is related to the guild as well. And so while this book has been majorly focusing on their romance, there is still other stuff going on as well. So I finished reading this, and I'm giving it 4.5 stars, the same as Bull Moon Rising, because I enjoyed this one just as much as that one. And I just had a lot of fun with this book. I love the dynamic between Gwenna and Raptor. And I actually feel like I might have enjoyed Raptor a little bit more than the love interest Hawk from book 1. But that being said, I still really liked the couple from book 1. But that being said, I also liked how this book also had characters from book 1 make a reappearance again, like the main couple. And you also got other side characters from book 1 making a reappearance in book 2 as well. And again, like book 1, we also got the feeling of found family in here, which just made my heart happy. And in the second part of this book, there were more steamy scenes, but like book 1, this book also did a really good job of balancing the steamy scenes and the plot and cute moments between Gwenna and Raptor. And the only criticism that I have of this book is the conflict between Gwenna and Raptor. It just, in the end, it felt like a slightly drawn out, just went on for a little bit too long. And that frustrated me just a tiny bit, but really that's the only complaint I have about this book. Otherwise, I really enjoyed it. And overall, I just had like a really good, fun time with this book. And I definitely recommend it. If you enjoyed book 1, you'll definitely enjoy this one. And so that's all my thoughts on this. Let me know down below if you read this one, what you thought of it. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye!